What is going on, YouTube? Second channel ram back again with a brand new late episode. I'm sorry, of month of EVO. Almost didn't do it today. Just was busy in the morning, got lazy in the afternoon. Went to go for my usual walk, and then I'm barely here after eating and recording the other footage. But yeah, back in the episode of month of EVO. And today we'll be doing the prequel slash. Well, it's the it's like FNAF 2. It's the prequel to FNAF 1, but it's a sequel, technically, to FNAF 1. And in this case, it's the prequel to Street Fighter 2, but the sequel to Street Fighter 2. But today we'll be talking about Street Fighter Alpha.
Street Fighter Alpha.
There are many different versions of the Alpha series. It goes up to Alpha 1, Alpha 2, Alpha 3, and various other versions of Alpha 3. I won't be covering Alpha 3 mainly because I want to just talk about a specific Alpha 3 in the Capcom Fighting Collection 2, and if I manage to get my hands on it. For this series, I'll only be talking about Alpha 1 and 2, maybe 3 if things get horrid, but I don't think I will. Anywho, talk about Alpha 1. So what is Alpha 1? What are the controls? Why is it a sequel and a prequel? Well, all of those questions probably won't be answered, but let's see. I'll do my best. So, Street Fighter Alpha, or as in Japan, which I kind of prefer the Japan name, I guess a bit better. Street Fighter Zero, I think is what it's called, which I think is a more fitting name, because Street Fighter Zero or Street Fighter Alpha takes place before for SF2, after SF1, but it came out obviously after SF2. So Alpha 1 basically takes place before then. It shows there's a few returning characters, but also quite a few new characters. So we have some returning characters such as Ryu and Ken, obviously the goats, and Chun-Li, and I think also Sagat is a returning character, and Adon, which is technically from SF1, I think. And we have other new, there's some new characters, I think. Oh, Birdie's also in here, because SF1. And I guess there is no new character except for one character, which is Rose. Rose makes her debut in Alpha 1. She has not been in Street Fighter 1 or 2. And she first shows up here, and then later appears in, I think, all the Alpha games. Then SF3, then not SF3, SF4, then 5, and then maybe sometimes in 6. Who knows what will happen. But yeah, Rose is a new character, basically. There's some secret characters, actually. There's Bison and there's Hakuma, I think, are secret characters in this game. In Alpha 1, I'm pretty sure. Because he appears in the character in the intro, and I'm pretty sure you fight him after you get to the end. But you cannot select them in the screen, which is strange. So yeah. Plus we have a guest character, sort of, which is when I was using for this video, which is Guy. Guy is not a Street Fighter character, guys. Guy is a individual from Final Fights, and which basically I think this game confirms that Final Fights and Street Fighter are in the same universe. All the other Alpha games, other Final Fight characters like Maki and Cody show up. Poison shows up in SF4 and 3. Well, Hugo as well. And other characters as well. From Final Fight, Mike Hager, all of them show up. Literally the World Tour city is Metro City, which is, well, they mentioned it's run by Mike Hagar, and he was, I don't want to topic, but yeah. So Guy is in this game, which is, I love Guy, one of my favorite characters. Top 4 characters I want for SF6. And yeah, so roster is a bit different. It's like kind of a mishmash of Street Fighter 1 and 2, plus a few sprinkles of new characters with Guy and Rose. And yeah, the roster is very small. It's 8 characters plus 2 secret characters. Or it's 10 characters plus 6 secret characters, pretty sure. Yes. I think. So gameplay wise, it's pretty fun, honestly. Alpha 1. So controls are pretty similar. Movement speed feels much faster than SF2, and definitely better than SF1. Movement feels just much smoother, feels much quicker. Art style is way different as well. I feel like SF1 and SF2 have their own unique art styles. SF1 being kind of a more Street Fighter kind of feeling vibe, like when you think of the name Street Fighter, this kind of art style you think of. SF2 is kind of is a bit more cartoonish, or I guess more full of life, and then SF Alpha is basically all kind of like an anime-esque art style. And yeah, so the lore is basically different. You have Ryu and Ken who have not entered the SF2 world yet, and then they're still young. Chun-Li is very young. Oh, wait, I forgot one other character, Nash, who I think Guile mentioned him in his SF2 ending. But you know, Nash is also another recurring character. He makes his debut in this game. It is also how we know this is before Alpha, because in SF2, Nash is already dead, and this happened before then, so he's here instead of Guile. So yeah, gameplay wise, similar stuff. I've not played Ryu, but based on videos I've seen and things I've kind of seen here, they're pretty similar. I did notice Chun. I did fight her. She does have 10 show kicks, which I don't think she had that in SF2, so that's a bit different. Which 10 show kicks would later carry on in multiple games. So yeah, SF5, SF6, for sure SF3. But yeah. So gameplay is a kind of a mishmash of old plus some sprinkles of new stuff, which will later be seen in multiple different games. There was a super meter introduced, so I don't know if Hyper or which Street Fighter 2 got the super meter. I don't know if it was transported there to Alpha, or this was brand new to Alpha, and then Street Fighter 2 got made a different version of it, and yeah. But nonetheless, this has a up to 3, and there is no EXs. So what happens is that you get like 3 supers to do, I think. I couldn't land any of them. The guy has, I think, 2. Is quarter circle forward, punch. And I was trying to land it, and it wasn't working. I don't know if it was just bad or what. But yeah, a bit difficult to land. I'm pretty sure each one costs 1 level. So you can use like 3. Which kind of is broken. Like if you use 3 back to back to back. But I don't think there's an EX. I even checked the controls, and there was a legend showing which each thing means, and then there's like a one that says EX, like moves that can be EX, and none of the guys' moves had EX. It was just Guy, but I didn't see any of my opponents we were using EX moves or using supers. So yeah. So that's kind of the new thing about this, and I'm pretty sure the Alpha introduces this the super. And yeah, so art style, very cool. I like these. The music's really good. Really kind of cool and goofy, or not goofy, like it feels like very like kind of comic-y, like this game, from its art style to like the music. It feels pretty cool in that sense. I don't think an Alpha has actually been an EVO, and if so, I don't think it was Alpha 1. So, fortunate. Alpha 1 actually had quite a bit of fun with Alpha 1. I know in literally every other game, every other Alpha game, there's way more stuff. There's way more stuff, like, I know Alpha 3 has a lot of stuff, like characters, a lot of different versions, there's a lot of different, more content, and also more gameplay mechanics. like recently, I think the collection got updated and added 4 new characters to Alpha 3, which pretty cool. I don't have the collection yet, but yeah, it is pretty interesting to see. Um, but yeah, Alpha 1, pretty cool game. Uh, I would recommend it over what I was talking about 2 days ago with SF1. Easily better than SF1. I think mechanically it could be potentially be better than SF2, but we'll have to see about what the other games bring to offer because it seems pretty similar with just a few extra moves with different characters and like a super meter, which could have been new. Again, I don't know. I think it was a Super Turbo that had the super meter, but it was only like 1 bar and 1 level. So I don't know if that came out before Alpha 1. I don't remember. But yeah, that's that. These videos kind of been a bit late. Laziness has been getting the better of me. And I've been I usually do like a walk every other day in the night, or not in the night, but like noon. So I just come home tired. Okay, literally like an hour ago, came home, or like 2 hours ago, I came home, showered, ate, recorded the first part, and I'm doing this at 10:30. So yeah. But anyways, let me know what you guys think of Alpha 1. It is kind of a shorter one because again, Alpha 1, the big difference is that the designs, the new characters, the meter, and a few what's it called? I forgot about one more new character. Right? I literally fought in one of the matches. I just didn't remember. His name is Sodom. He's like this kind of like knight-ish looking guy. This kind of like samurai guy. I know very little lore about him. I remember in the past when I did a bit of research from this collection actually, find out that he's like a big like Japanese or Japan kind of fan. And, like he dresses up like one in like a big weeb and stuff like that. It's pretty funny. And I guess he hates Guy. I don't know why, but he hates Guy. And that's kind of a weird fun fact. But yeah, that's all I know about Soto. He doesn't appear in any other game, unfortunately. He only appears in the Alpha series, and the background of SF5, I think. But yeah. Anyways, another shorter one. The collection doesn't have that much to do, and neither does Alpha 1 in general. I know Alpha 3 will. But yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed. Like and sub. Let me know what you think of Alpha 1. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Goodbye.